Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Nearly a year has passed since the provincial election, and Albertans are still struggling to understand exactly who or what this government is. They say they're pro-pipeline, pro-energy, and pro-Alberta, but the member from Calgary East used to call Alberta oil dirty oil. The Environment Minister wrote the foreword to a book called An Action a Day Keeps Global Capitalism Away, and the Premier appointed a Soviet-era communist to serve as her Deputy Chief of Staff. And the member from Edmonton Ellerslie is a huge admirer of some of the worst leftist dictators. This member recently said in the House, "I come from Latin America. We've had many experiments in democratic socialism. I am and always will be a proud democratic socialist." So I ask, what exactly are these Latin American experiments in democratic socialism the member is proud of? Would they include the rule of Hugo Chavez, whose quasi-dictatorship rewrote the Venezuelan constitution to allow him to stay on as president, whose policies drove Venezuela's economy into the ground and turned a once prosperous country into one that continually faces shortage of everything, and especially freedom? Did the Soviet-backed communist Castro regime make that list, I wonder? A regime that oppressed an entire nation, murdering and imprisoning dissidents, religious leaders, and minorities? You'll find the image of Che Guevara, Castro's most vicious lieutenant, on leftist T-shirts and even our Premier's watch. We all know the members opposite need a lesson in economics, but apparently they need a lesson in history too. Unfortunately for this province, Wildrose is here to stand up for prosperity, freedom, and democracy, and we will proudly stand against this government's radical agenda each and every time it bubbles to the surface.
Hear, hear.